Hi, and thanks so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate you guys being here. Today's Yin class has been geared towards release and also stillness and reflection, and just how something magical happens when we carve out time for ourselves. It allows our intuition to come forward. We become a little bit more aware of the unconscious programming that's going on in the background. And I guess we get a bit more choice about how we show up in our day. So yeah, also just to release anything that's no longer serving us. So a bit of time for introspect. Yay, let's get started. And we're having a yin class, so grabbing a bolster or a rolled up blanket or cushions if that feels good for you. Otherwise, whatever you like. This class is all about meeting you where you are, and you just only do what feels good for your body. Okay, beautiful. So getting ourselves comfortable, finding our sit bones here as we just begin to come to the class, come to the mat, and letting go of anything else that needs to happen after the class and just giving this time for us. Let's start with a beautiful big deep breath in. Just inviting that breath in to deepen, and as we exhale, let's wrap our hands around, drop our chin down towards our chest. Let's go again, breathing in, dropping that head back if it feels comfy for you. And as you exhale, change the interlace of the wrap here, dropping chin to chest, breathing in. Filling up the lungs, let's puff out the belly. And exhaling, fold in. One more round as we breathe in. Really bring those shoulder blades together here. Drop the arms out to the back. Exhaling, wrapping in here. Giving ourselves a big hug. So our chin is drawing down towards our chest. Let's just drop the head back now. So lengthen through the spine, dropping the head back. Really opening up through the front of the neck here. Left ear to left shoulder as we just stretching out through that neck, dropping right ear, right shoulder. And one rotation. So we go anti-clockwise and back around again. Beautiful, rolling out those shoulders. So just looking for any tension or holding in the body here. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to come into a Hindi squat on our bolster or blanket. So I'm bringing the soles of my feet onto the mat and quite close to the bolster, and drawing my elbows into my knees here. Hands can come to prayer at heart center. So I want to really drop down through my belly, drop those sit bones down towards the bolster. And if you've got the space in your groin, your elbows are actually pressing your knees away. And then we just try to drop any tension anywhere else in the body. You can soften down the eyes or shut them down completely if that feels good for you. And let's think about an intention that we'd like to bring into our practice today, maybe somewhere that you would like to release. It could be physically or emotionally. Your choice, your class. And as we do, open up through heart center. So drawing heart center towards our thumbs here. And really drop any tension in the belly. Even though we're a bit squished here, drawing those beautiful, nourishing, deep breaths as we calm down the nervous system. Just giving the body the message that we're safe, not in a hurry anywhere, not in our fight or flight reflex that we can be in during the day. So we'll just take a few more rounds of breath here. You can sigh it out if you've got anything that you need to let go of. And one more breath in together here. As we just arrive fully. Amazing. Let's just push our prop, our bolster or blanket to the back here. And making two triangles. So one triangle here meeting with our right knee and our other leg goes out to the back here. So leading with our heart center here, just walking forward. So you can stay on your elbows or drop right down onto your forehead here. And you can press your hands into the ground, into the earth, and press back, opening those sit bones to the back of the room. Just releasing any tension or holding through the lower back, through the legs, wherever you're holding tension. Find your breath. This Yin class gives us permission just to slow things down in this busy world. Slowly, gently walking your hands back up. Let's twist out to the left here. So finding length in your spine here before we walk the hands out, and find your comfortability, your version of reclining down here. And as we create space in the body, we just invite space between the thoughts. So as those thoughts come, we're just trying to let them go. Sometimes harder than it appears to be. And if your forehead can't find the mat, feel free to always make fists and rest your forehead onto your fists through the class. And again, only doing what feels good for your body. Inviting the breath to deepen always. And making your way out. Let's go over to the other side here. Creating your triangles here. Right foot, left knee as we heart center, grow tall in the spine and walk ourselves down. Again, finding floor, staying upright, making fists. And just letting go here, releasing the body down. And feeling into any tension or holding, we can give it to the ground to hold. And letting it melt away. Imagine that it's leaving us. Let's all gather our breath together and take one more delicious deep inhale here. Exhale, walking your hands back up. Let's find that twist, twisting out to the right. Our beautiful digestive organs here getting a massage, and then we're walking ourselves down. And feeling the body just beginning to unravel. Allowing space for anything to come to the surface. Any thoughts or feelings. And making our way back out. So let's turn along our mat, grabbing our bolster or blanket again. So depending on your flexibility, placing bolster on top, or you can place it between your legs. I really like the foot stretch here. And then breathing in, let's find length in the spine, reaching up. And let's just see where the heart lands. And the last thing to come through is we drop down the neck. So again, making fists, if you can find that, grabbing a cushion. And just trying to find a bit of sort of stretch and rest here. As uncomfortable as your hamstrings might be right now. And every body is different, so just allowing the shape that your body takes. If you need to move out, get yourself comfortable, readjust. And as we focus on our breath, just giving our thoughts permission to quieten down. Let's inhale. Exhale, gently straightening up through the back. Placing bolster at the front of your mat. So we're coming into a frog pose here. So our knees are nice and wide. Our shins are nice and straight and our toes are pointing outside like a frog. And then it's just going to be a matter of finding a spot that's comfortable for you. So I've got the bolster across my chest here, and then I can just dangle my chin down and rest it on the bolster. So our feet are coming out from the body, toes pointing away from us. opening up through the groin. This is probably one of my least favorite stretches. It's quite intense, can be intense. I'm not going to keep us here that long. We're just trying to find some stillness. The forearms are on the mat. You can really puff out that belly. No clenching there, so really making space between those organs here. And closing down the eyes if that feels good for you. Just focusing on the belly rising and falling. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath here. Last inhale together. Really gently trying to come out of this pose. Happy to be out of there. Amazing. Okay, so coming into a Cobra pose. So our forearms are down onto the mat. Just wiggling down, trying to find your hip bones into the mat here. And again, dropping any tension in the belly, just expand it out there. And you can stay upright if that feels good for you, or chin is try to make its way down to the bolster so we can just rest our neck here. So wiggling around till you find your spot, your sweet spot. So as our hip bones make their way down to connect, really loosening up through the lower back here. We're just finding some gratitude for our bodies. They take us through our busy lives and just giving back. You can have a little snooze here. Okay, amazing. Slowly, gently making our way back out and sitting on our mats. Bringing the bolster in here. So bringing the soles of the feet together, we're just going to recline ourselves back. And finding some comfortability here. You can do anything that feels great with your arms. Ultimately, we want the head to connect with the ground so that our neck's not just dangling in air here. So grabbing a cushion if you need to. And then just hanging out. Any tension or holding just melting away. Big belly breaths. If it's feeling a little intense in your groin, send those feet a little bit further away from the body. Staying here for a few more breaths. And let's just return the soles of the feet to the mat. Lift up through the pelvis and slide the bolster just under your backside. Just draw those knees in towards the chest and give yourselves a hug here as we counterpose that spine. Create some length, beautiful. An option to stay here, or you can take those legs out behind you just in a nice comfortable plow here. Any last bit of tension in the spine or the lower back, just leaving the body. And how those ankles, we can point and flex. Maybe give your ankles a roll or just find stillness. And if you did have your legs extended, let's draw them back in, giving ourselves a hug. And then we're going to set you up for a meditation. So you can place the bolster underneath the backs of your knees. You can sit up for your meditation. Just finding a spot that's comfy for you. And we finish off our class here. If you've got something you can drape across your eyes. We're doing a connection meditation today, so connecting with those parts of ourselves that we might neglect sometimes when we just get caught in our lives. So beginning to settle down the body, getting your last little movement out. And if your mind begins to wander, let's just return to our breath and notice the air flowing in and out. The rhythm you can always come back to. Now let's bring awareness to the top of our head and just notice and begin to soften. Unclench our jaw, let the muscles in your face relax. Noticing our neck and our shoulders. If there's any tightness here, let's just breathe into it and let it ease a little. Bring awareness down your arms, through your elbows, all the way to your fingertips. Then your chest, your heart center, and just feel the movement there. Your belly, let it be soft. Your hips and legs and knees, feel them steady on the earth. And your whole body is relaxed from head to toe. Now let's widen our awareness and notice the space around us, the air on your skin, the sounds that come and go. And just sense yourself connected to your body, to your breath, to this present moment right now. And silently repeat to yourself, I am here. I'm steady. I'm connected. And let these words land gently, anchoring you into the presence. Now let's take one more deep breath in and fill your body completely. And a long, gentle exhale out, releasing anything that's no longer needed. And as we come back to the space, just returning to your day a little calmer, a little clearer, a little more connected. And bringing movement into your body when it feels right for you. As you make your way back into your day, wherever you are, always supported, always connected, and always whole, just as you are. And wherever the rest of your day takes you, keep shining your light, your authentic, beautiful self on the world. Thanks for joining me, everyone. See you next time.